to film a read with me for a week. Well, more specifically, how many pages can I read in a week? I'm actually filming this at the end of it. I've already completed the week. I actually don't know how many pages I did overall, haven't yet checked, but it was a very successful reading week for me, which I'm really glad about. I wasn't too sure how much I would be able to get done in a week. Some weeks I fly through books, I'm able to tick off a lot. Other weeks it's not the case. I do work full time, so we're limited on how much time I do have to read, but as a whole I feel like it went really well. So sorry, my hair is really irritating me. So yeah, I'm gonna put you back in past Sasha's self. You can see what I read for the week. Thank you for joining me, thank you for watching, I really appreciate it. And yeah, let me know if you've read any of the books that I read. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. If there's anything you think I should read when I next do a reading vlog, please let me know. So I'm going to try to keep this a short but sweet update because obviously I'm not very far, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to love it. I don't know, I'm very aware that I'm not very far into it, and the positive is, if you want something fast paced, if you want something that's not a lot of brain power, it is a good palate cleanser, which is exactly why I've picked it up. But yeah, it's nothing crazy. I just don't really like the female main character. She's just irritating, but I'm sure she'll probably get better as you go along. I haven't been her point of view much, and I'm very aware at the start of this book it is her finding out her husband has cheated and their wedding falling apart. So I get why she's probably not the most, but in the best place. But yeah, it's very pick me vibe that I get from her, in the sense of like when she's talking to the guy Max, who's the objector in the weddings. She's very like, oh, like, I don't believe in love and it's not real and it's just people that get on, and saying about her grandparents who've been together for 47 years I think it is, and how their marriage has only lasted because they get on and they're compatible, not because they actually are in love, because it doesn't exist, and all this stuff. And you know, opinion, there are some valid points, but it's just, I don't know, it's not kind of my thing. And then she's talking about, like, I don't know, I don't want to say too much because I don't obviously, I don't want to go into extreme detail, and I'm very aware I'm a short way in, but currently I'm on chapter 7, and as it currently stands, not loving it. Give an update on where I am in Happily Never After. It's now Monday and I'm about 50% through. I need to take back what I said yesterday. I don't hate Sophie as much as I thought I did. She's still not my favourite female main character. There's definitely points within this that I've read where I would think she kind of grates on me a bit, but other than that I'm enjoying it. It's a very easy romance, you know, it's a very good palate cleanser. I would say it currently is sitting at about a 3 for me, which is still quite good. I'm still, yeah, I'm not hating it, I'm not loving it, it's just sort of okay. It's nothing groundbreaking, it's not like a literary piece of art, but I feel like Lynn Painter does fluffy romance and that sort of thing really well. So I'm enjoying it, I'm invested. I just wouldn't say it's my favourite book I've ever read, but that's fine. I didn't expect that from this, so it's kind of doing what it needs to. So yeah, I'm about 50% through. I'm hoping to finish it either tonight or by tomorrow. I'm on my lunch break right now. I work full time, sorry, and I'm currently on my lunch break, so I'm going to read for the next hour on my lunch, and hopefully this evening I'll be able to finish it off. If not, hopefully by tomorrow morning, and then I can pick my next read. Hello, so I thought I would give an update because I actually finished Happily Never After yesterday evening, which is quite quick. I finished it within a day or so because I started it Sunday evening, so it was a very quick turnaround. I gave this one a 3.5, which is actually better than I originally thought. As you know from the start, it wasn't really my cup of tea. I wasn't really vibing with it, but character development, the plot and everything, it was good. It wasn't anything amazing. I mean, it was exactly what I needed at the time, which was just a light-hearted, fluffy romance. So if that is what you're looking for, a good palette cleanser, I would really recommend. For me, the romance was just, I mean, it's a 300-page book. It's going to be quick, but the romance mainly was built off quite more of a physical attraction and that kind of build. There is fake dating, which I wasn't aware of going into it. But yeah, the relationship was purely quite a physical one at the start, and that's where it kind of grew from, which I much prefer a slow burn. I much prefer more of an emotional connection in books. Overall, I gave it a 3.5. And then I thought I would update on my next read. I was going to pick a fantasy, which I do still want to read fantasy. It's my favourite genre. I will always want to read a fantasy, but I don't want to read one too soon. I know I've said it 100 times, but yeah, I don't want to ruin the next fantasy I pick because of Onyx Storm, the whole emotional well-being that I'm in after that. So I've picked up Rock Paper Scissors by Alice Feeney, and I've actually never read... Oh, Jesus, Sasha, sorry. Yeah, broke my Kindle. Yeah, sorry, I've never read anything by her before, but I'm really intrigued. I've heard really good things. I know Sarah Crowley is one of those booktubers that raves and rants about her. I think she's read all of her books, so I'm really intrigued. I'm literally 10% in, so I don't really have any comments currently, but I'm intrigued. I feel like I don't actually know what the synopsis is for this, so I have no clue where the story could go or what the actual premise is of the book, but I'm really excited to read more. It's very quick. It's like 300 odd pages, so it's quite a short one, but I thought I haven't read a thriller in a while. I've heard really good things, so I'll keep you updated on how I get on with this one. I'm currently on my lunch break, so I'm gonna read for a bit and then I'll hopefully update either tomorrow or this evening on where I am, what my thoughts are, all that kind of jazz. And it is on Kindle Unlimited if you're wondering. Happy Wednesday. I thought I would give you an update on whereabouts I am with Rock Paper Scissors. Sorry, threw me off. I don't think I've updated thoughts or anything. I think I've shown you that I'm reading it, but I haven't really spoken about it. So I thought I would speak to you guys about whereabouts I am, my thoughts, feelings, opinions, that kind of thing. But bear in mind, I'm 38% in. I've only read 117 pages, so not miles in. I actually only have, oops, nope, that's not right, 3.5 hours left. So I think I could possibly finish this today because I'm on my lunch break now. So once I finish this, I'm gonna read. And then when I finish work, I'll be reading. So I feel hopeful. I think I might be able to finish it, which would be quite strong. 2 books already in this week, which is quite good for me anyway. Work full time, so let's see. Also, I would just like to say I'm sorry, every single clip this week will probably be me looking like a bit of a hot mess because I do work from home and there is no point in me making much effort, unfortunately, so you just have to take it as it is. Rock Paper Scissors, so far really enjoying it. I'm understanding why everyone raves about it because, as I said, I'm only 30, I'm going to put it down because otherwise I'm going to keep moving it. I'm only 38% through. If you asked me, Sasha, give me an idea, give me a faint idea, give me a randomest thought on where you think the book's going to go, on what you think is going to happen, on one thing you predict, I can't. sorry, I'm shaking the camera. I literally can't give you the inkling of an idea because I have no clue. Every time I think, okay, I think I've got an idea, I think I've got a hint, the next chapter comes along and everything I thought, it doesn't matter anymore because it's just been proved wrong. Or something happens and I think, but I thought this, but that doesn't work because of what just happened. It is mind-boggling in the best way. It's also, I think I've said, my first Alice Feeney, that is right, isn't it? Yeah, Alice Feeney book. Really enjoying her writing style. I haven't read much thriller, I would say. I dip my toe in every now and again. It's more of a palate cleanser for me, but I'm really enjoying it. My main author that I turn to when I need a quick, fast-paced thriller would have been Frida McFadden. Still love her books. Some of them, the most recent ones I've been reading, haven't been great. The last few I've read, I think I read The Teacher and I've read The Boyfriend. Both okay. Didn't get me like most of her other ones do. I mean, I still was surprised by the end. I didn't guess it. I'm not that smart. But it just didn't hit the same as some of her older books. So to be now trying Alice Feeney and have all of her work to read, I actually don't know how many books she has, but I know she's got a new one that's just recently come out. But knowing I now have a new author in the thriller section that I can look into and binge as a palate cleanser, I'm really, really excited, especially if they are as good. Keep doing that, as good as this one, because it is seriously good. From where I am right now, thoroughly enjoying it. If you did want a slight insight into what this book is about, like I previously said, I've not read the synopsis, but so far I'll give you sort of a run-in into what happened in the first few chapters. I won't go any further because I don't want to ruin anything. If you do want to pick this up, which I would recommend currently, but basically you follow a couple, Adam and Amelia. They've been married for about 10 years, but they're currently in marriage counselling because it's not going great. There's a lot of tension. The marriage is a bit on the rocks, and they've been told by the therapist to go away for the weekend and spend some quality time together. So that's what they've done. They've driven up to Scotland in the middle of a storm. So it's already, the setting, the atmosphere is not great. It's quite foreshadowing, I feel like, on the state of their relationship. Anyway, so they arrive at this chapel which has been remodelled into a holiday home, but from the get-go it's insanely creepy. The doors are locked and they're meant to be. They were told, oh, the doors will just be unlocked when you get there. The door's not unlocked. They look round the side to see if there's like a back entrance. There isn't one. By the time they come back around to the front door, the door's now unlocked. So they're thinking, okay, a bit odd. They go in. There's just a very eerie sense. It's very, I'm trying to think of the right term. It's just very dark, dreary, like very gothic, but it's just very uncomfortable. The way it's explained, it does make you think, oh, like the way she's describing it and the way the story's told. When I think of myself there, I'd have gone. I don't think I'd have even made it through the door. Like the whole atmosphere is not, it's not the vibe. There's loads of off things. I'm not going to go into the things that are weird and what happens within the first few chapters of them arriving because I don't want to ruin it. But yeah, that's basically the premise of the book that I've had so far. It's a couple, the marriage is in a bit of a vulnerable state. It's not looking great. They've come here to try hopefully mend things, but yeah, where they've come to I don't think is the greatest spot. It's also just very, like there's a lot of conflicting points about this, why they're there, which I won't go into, but yeah, I'm not going to say anything else because I feel like I'm telling you things but I'm not telling you anything at all and it doesn't really make sense. So I'm going to stop there, but long story short, it's very interesting, it's very good, it's definitely a thriller and I'm really enjoying it. So hopefully I'll have a good review shortly. Hopefully I'll finish it tonight and I will be able to update you. You can probably hear, so this just happened. What the hell? Hold on. Oh, there we go. My moo got stuck. Anyway, you can probably hear my brother playing piano downstairs, so apologies for that. Please ignore it. I just have to check in because I'm so confused. I can't get my words out. I'm 60% through. I have 2 hours and 20 minutes left. And I'm so confused. So there's a third point of view in this. I don't think that's a spoiler. So you get, sorry, hold on. I'm going to quickly grab, I've got a peppermint tea here. And I do want to have some. It's still a bit too hot. We'll put that back. Anyway, you get 3 point of views. You get the husband, the wife, and then the third point of view is a woman that lives pretty much where they are, in like where the chapel is based. She lives like down the road, and she's pretty much the only person that's there for miles. And you get her point of view. That's not a spoiler. You get her point of view quite early. Not going to tell you who she is. I'm not going to give you any background, but I just want to say something's happened. I'm not going to say what, obviously, but I'm like flabbergasted. That's the only word I can use right now. I thought I knew a little bit of the story, like the plot. I thought, yeah, I think I've got like a smidge of an idea. Oh, sorry, I had a hiccup. A smidge of an idea. Apparently not. Oh, God. Apparently not. So yeah, I'm going to try binge this because I need to know what's going on. And I have a fear, well, I'm very confident. I'd put money on anything I assume is going to happen doesn't happen, and I'm very, very wrong. So I'm really intrigued. So I'll keep updated. But I just had to say, because I was just reading it and I thought, sorry? You know when you look up and you stare at the wall and you're thinking, has that just happened or am I, you know, losing it? But no. Anyway, now I'm reading it, so I gotta go. This is insane. I did not expect, as I said, I didn't expect anything, so none of my guesses have been correct. I'm like, I've got 10% left. Thursday, I thought I'd give a quick update on my overall opinion on Rock Paper Scissors because I didn't update from last night, which I did finish the book, and overall I'm going to give it a 4.5, which is obviously a high rating, but I feel like that's no surprise because it was very evident that I was thoroughly enjoying it. I mean, the minute I picked it up I was in the book. The writing style, the plot, everything, it just sucks you in. Like there's no, well, that's all you can think about, and just how many twists and turns and the atmosphere and how it's all described. Yeah, it's just, I'm obsessed. It was written so well. I'm now adding Alice Feeney to one of my, like, immediately read all of their current work list because I'm so intrigued. Like I want to know what else she's written because Rock Paper Scissors as a first was incredible, and if you haven't read anything by her, highly recommend that one. I would definitely be exploring more of her work, and yeah, it's just the twists, the turns. If you want a quick, fast-paced thriller that just immediately grips you, look no further because that is the one to go with. So yeah, I was so happy that I picked that one up. 4.5, so really high. I was really close to a 5-star. I was in between 4.75, 4.5, but I feel like 4.5 is more where I'm sitting. I loved it, it just didn't give me that 5-star feeling, but I think that is very hard to achieve with a thriller, so that is not doing any of her work a disservice. It was incredible and I would highly recommend. Since finishing Rock Paper Scissors last night, I've now picked up Daisy Hates. I was actually in the middle of a reread of this book just before Onyx Storm came out. I was about 55-60%, and then I put it aside, and now that I've sort of read everything else that I feel like I needed, I'm back. Also, I've only got 3 hours left, so I'm like, this is the perfect time, because obviously it's the end of January tomorrow, so if I can finish this, which 3 hours I should be able to do, if I can finish this by tomorrow evening, then I can start January 1st with a brand new read, a brand new month, and just bookending the month that way really makes me happy. So I'm like, this is perfect. So I picked this back up to finish. I love this series. I mean, I'm rereading it, of course I do. The Magnolia Parks universe, Daisy Hates universe, it just, it ticks the box for me, and I absolutely love it. So this is the one I'm currently reading. So it's now Saturday morning, and I thought I'd update you because yesterday was the last day. I was going to do, and I started this on Sunday, and technically I need to probably continue it until Sunday morning to do the week, but I'm going to stop this one here, and I thought I'd update you on how many books I read, my thoughts and opinions overall, and how many pages I read in the week. I'm holding this because this is the first book we're going to talk about, because I haven't given an update on my Daisy Hates reread, which I did finish last night. As I previously said, this was a reread for me, so it was a highly rated book, which I'm giving it, again, 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. On the reread, I loved it even more. If you haven't read the Magnolia Parks universe, this is your sign. It basically follows a group of London socialites. In the first book, it follows Magnolia and BJ, and it's sort of their journey, and then the second book follows Daisy, and her brother is sort of the biggest gang lord in London. Before, I've always said I was a Magnolia girl, but after rereading this, I'm not too sure. I think I could potentially be a Daisy girl, so I would highly recommend. And I loved rereading this. I loved being back in the universe. I've tabbed quite a lot. There's still some more I need to transfer from my Kindle because it is on Kindle Unlimited. But if you need any other convincing, the covers, these books are gorgeous. So yeah, I loved rereading this one. And overall, I read 787 pages this week, which I feel like that is very good. Obviously, to some people that might not be a lot, to others it's a lot. I am very proud of it. I completed 3 books. Well, I say 2.5 because I was already about 50% through this one, maybe 60%. So 2.5 books from Sunday to Friday. So I feel like that's pretty good, especially working a lot. I'm hoping to read some more this weekend, obviously, but as a whole, I'm very proud of like how much I was able to read, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you've read any of the books, if you want to let me know any recommendations based on what I read, if there's any future reading vlogs you want me to film, please let me know. But thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one.